You wake up, check your phone, and step out the door with a plan to finally get your life together. But without warning, the ground shatters. A sudden wave of anxiety hits, making you question every choice you've made as you feel yourself slipping into a dark, abstract void. In the late 19th century, Friedrich Nietzsche identified the root of this modern psychological paralysis. He called it the death of God, a diagnosis of a world that had lost its traditional center of gravity. This shift signals the collapse of the cosmic blueprint that once dictated every human choice. As science and logic displaced religious authority, they pulled the rug from under the foundations of European morality. Without an uncontestable authority to provide a why, humanity is left drifting in an infinite nothing, forced to confront a world that no longer provides a built-in purpose. The immediate danger of this void is the descent into nihilism, the realization that if no values are objective, then perhaps everything is meaningless. Nietzsche feared our culture would respond by producing the last man. This is a creature who avoids the pain of existence by retreating into shallow, mindless entertainment. The last man prioritizes safety and comfort above all else. They seek a life without struggle or conflict, claiming to have discovered happiness while they simply blink at the world around them. Surrendering to this comfort means trading greatness for a quiet apathy, effectively abandoning the potential to make life meaningful. Nietzsche's own name has often been tied to this same kind of darkness, frequently dismissed as a gloomy, proto-fascist thinker. But the primary architect of that reputation was actually his sister, Elizabeth Forster Nietzsche. Following her brother's mental collapse, Elizabeth took control of his estate and began a campaign of systematic forgery. She literally cut and pasted his unpublished notebooks to fit her own anti-Semitic and nationalist agenda. These manipulated texts were later weaponized by the Nazi Party to falsely claim Nietzsche as their philosophical forefather. Passing Nietzsche's test requires us to find the actual man, a thinker who detested nationalism and championed the radical independence of the individual. Nietzsche observed that our inherited values often act as a slave morality. This system, born from the resentment of the powerless, rebrands weakness as goodness and self-denial as virtue to keep exceptional individuals in check. Breaking this cage requires the will to power. Nietzsche describes this as a drive for self-overcoming, the relentless internal pressure to command your own instincts and build a unique structure of meaning from within. True freedom begins with the demolition of these inherited rules, allowing the individual to create an authentic life from the rubble. For those who successfully smash their inherited values, Nietzsche points toward the Übermensch, the Superman. The Übermensch represents an individual who finds fulfillment in the deliberate act of shaping their own destiny, taking full responsibility for their choices. This is humanity's highest potential, a being who can thrive as their own master in a universe that offers no safety net. To prove if you are ready for this, Nietzsche offers a thought experiment conceived high in the Swiss Alps, the Eternal Recurrence. Suppose a demon were to tell you that you must live this exact life, in the exact same sequence, over and over for all eternity. Every sharp pain, every boring chore, and every crushing mistake would return to you in an infinite loop, never changing and never ending. This concept functions as a psychological stress test, measuring your capacity to affirm your life exactly as it is. Passing the test requires amor fati, the unwavering love of one's fate. This means zooming out to see that even the most painful or stressful moments are necessary ingredients in the beautiful, completed whole of your story. We don't need a universe to give us a meaning. We only need the strength to write our own, and the courage to say yes to it forever.